For efficient planning, it is recommended to work with templates for rooms, which repeat in the project. In the building planner, you can use predefined room templates with various functions, which can be adapted. Currently, there are 6 different types, from meeting room to group office. If you click on Info, you find an overview of the assigned functions and devices. To create your own templates, use the Quick Wizard template. Under Add Room Template, you select Quick Wizard template. After assigning the name and optional text, you select the room type from Basic to Restroom. Useful basic functions for lighting, shading and HVAC with the number of load circuits are immediately available, as well as a suitable number of control points, data outlets and sockets. Now you select and change. Energy efficiency class A to C or no class. Light circuits, switchable, dimmable and daily with number. Availability of a CO2 sensor. Type of shutter and blind drives, 230 volt or 24 volt SMI with number. Type of heating, radiator, floor heating, fan coil. Type of cooling, split unit, cooling ceiling, fan coil. Sockets with type of protection and number. And data outlets, Cat6a or B, single or double. The template preview on the right side shows now a collection of icons representing the selected functions. The template can be saved under an individual name as well. The detailed planning allows now individual adjustments for each room. Based on the previous steps, changes and expansions can be made in the room, e.g. a special switch design for the specific room or the selection of additional devices, for example a touch panel in the meeting room or another device in the distribution board. Virtual connections between a rocker switch and a load circuit are visible or can be added to the floor plan of the room, which will be very helpful later for the system integrator when parameterizing the KNX devices with the ETS. Let's have now a look to the procedure step by step for detailed planning. First, you see the created room on the worksheet with the floor plan and the icons of the devices and functions, as well as the known zoom functions. The icons can be moved and thus rearranged, e.g. to combine 2 sockets into double socket or assign the blinds to the window. After clicking on the room, you can on the right side under Room Settings, just like in the part Basic Settings, when necessary adapt the type of installation, with and without KNX, the design program and the type of actuators and more. Under Functions, you can see the KNX devices planned for the functions, e.g. a DALI gateway or shutter actuator for lighting and blinds, which can be adapted accordingly in the selection window under Change Actuator. The installation locations for the device combination X can be identified by moving the mouse arrow on a local element in the floor plan, e.g. socket. Click on it. Now the device combination can be adapted in different ways or renamed. The product can also be changed. Now let's move on to the step Add function. Based on the room templates used, the basic functions and devices already exist. These can be further specified and expanded here and in addition functionally connected. What are the choices? Sensors with buttons, motion detectors, light sensors, touch panels and voice control, room temperature controller. Light with dim and switch actuators or DALI. Temperature control for fan core unit, split unit, radiator and underfloor heating as well as cooling ceiling. Shading for 230 volt and SMI drives. Data connection with sockets for antenna, speaker, telephone and UAE. Sockets, normal or switchable for USB, charging station and cooker. And multimedia, flush mounted or ceiling speaker. After selecting the main function, sensors, light, temperature control and more, you drag and place an element into the respective room using drag and drop. If you click on this element, the channels, if they exist, are displayed directly in a red field. All the properties or customization options at the top right are visible. If it is an element with channels, e.g. rocker or a push button sensor, click on this channel, select the load circuit, e.g. light, and thus functionally connect them via connecting line. Advantage: the installer, who later configures and programs the KNX devices with the ETS, receives the relevant information. You can delete it again by clicking on the magnet in the connection line. How can you make adjustments to a sensor with channels? After creating the connection line for a channel, click on the channel again. The device is then shown at the top right and can be changed. Under the tab Product, select Change Product. Corresponding options make it possible, for example, to select buttons with more or fewer rockers. Use the Shutdown button to close the function menu. The Confirm button closes the detailed template. You can save now this template as a room template using the arrow button at the top left so that it is available at any time for other projects. The next step here is to assign the selected or created room templates to the real rooms of the project. This is done in the same way as for the step Distribution Structure. Click on the room template, then one after the other on the rooms to be connected, which will be then shown with a gray background and the name of the template. If the name is not fully visible, simply place a mouse cursor over the room. The name will be visible in a small font. To reset all room assignments, simply click on the Reset button. Finally, press the Next button at the bottom right.